Today I'm going to paint the green and protect it for the winter, help it hold some colour and also protect it from the frost. So let's just go straight into it. So we're pretty much at the start of winter, a couple of days off, and frosts are starting to hit us now in Orange. A little bit, we've had 3 frosts, they're pretty decent. We had some shocker of nights and it was just freezing. So there's a chance that the green will start to lose a little bit of colour over the next little bit. And I prefer to protect the green from getting smashed by frost this time of year if I can. So I'm putting out some pigment or some lawn paint on this whole area. One, to help retain some colour, but it also does a few other things. So number one, obviously, is going to enhance the colour of the green, make it nice and dark and look a lot nicer for this time of year. But believe it or not, it's actually going to have a bit of a coating on the leaf, protect it from the frost and actually help increase the temperature of the leaf a little bit as well, because it is sort of adding a little bit of a coating there. So we are going to keep a little bit more heat in the leaf, which can in turn also help a little bit with growth, but mostly just to protect it from that frost itself. Now in the past I've heard a lot of guys talk about this and say it's cheating. Not really what you should be doing, but believe it or not, most golf courses do this through the winter time. Some even do it through the summer, just help enhance the colour and make it look better for tournaments. And it's just going to protect that leaf a little bit more as well. So why not do it? I mean, it's cheating if you're saying that you just done it naturally and use fertilizers and stuff to try and sell a product or something, but if you're actually doing it to help protect the plant and just give it a better look overall visually, then why not use it? Especially if golf courses and sports stadiums and places that professional turf have grown, they're using it as well to help enhance the aesthetic appeal as well as protect the plant. So that's the reason I'm putting it out. I was actually intending to do it on the fairway over here first, and I went a little bit nuts the other day and scalped it. Way too hard, unfortunately, and as you can see, the colour has been knocked out of it like crazy. Like, that looks disgraceful. So I'm hoping a bit of colour comes back in that, and the reason I'm not spraying it on there to help enhance the colour is because you still need a bit of green in your lawn to help make it look natural. If it's looking white like that, it's going to look fake as and really, really blue and nasty as well. So I'm going to put on the green today, show you guys how it works. I've meant to use it here a few times over the last couple of years. I just never have, so today's the day. So we'll put it out. We're going to put it out with some liquid iron as well, so my enhance to really just help it make a little bit more natural. Go at normal rates with that, and it's got a little bit more nitrogen there, which I'm still trying to get a little couple of areas to repair on this green here. So I'm going half rate, 200 mil, 100 square meters, not going full rate, so not pushing too much growth, but it's more for spots like, worst comes to worst, I'm going to plug those spots and move it to some other areas that grow a little bit more because they get more sun through the day. This spot is a little bit shady in the winter time because of these trees just here, so down the bottom end I may just plug it in the coming weeks. We'll see how things pan out over the next couple of weeks. But first thing, going to get a cut on this area, make sure we give it a mow before we put out this pigment here, just so that next mow we're not cutting a ton of the colour off as well, because it can grow out, as you can imagine. It just depends on how much your lawn's growing. If your lawn's dormant, it could last the whole season. You may need to do a follow-up application. You got to assess as you go. So when you are putting this out, make sure you get everything off your lawn. Otherwise, you're going to get paint on top of it. So for example, if I put it out and left leaves all over the place, it's going to cause a problem. So make sure we blow them off now, get any duck poo off. Did that when I mowed. Most of the leaves are gone, but I just want to get every little bit off there just so you don't leave any funky looking spots on the green. If you can, mow the catcher beforehand, just so you get a nice clean area to put down your pigment. So as I mentioned today, putting 2 products there, putting in a Verdant, which is the pigment that we're using here today. Quite a low rate on this, 10 mil per 100 square meters. That's why it's such a small bottle. I only need half of this for the full size of the green. So it's good to actually put it out with something, or measure it with something like one of these little kids Panadol things. So it's got 10 mil or 1 mil increments on it. But also, as I said, putting out the Enhance, which is a liquid iron, which is going to enhance the colour naturally. So it's not a paint, it's actually going to help darken up the leaf by pushing a little bit more chlorophyll into the leaf through the liquid iron. Also going to push a bit more growth with the liquid nitrogen that's in there as well. But we're not really going for the growth factor apart from repairing those bare spots, but it's more the colour to help it retain over winter time. Now, just using Enhance can protect against frost as well, believe it or not. You can just use Enhance if you want to, but this is going to take it to that extra step, using something like the Verdant. So we'll get this out now. We're going to go 50 mil of this product here. It's a 100 mil bottle, so that's going to cover 500 square meters. All up, this bottle covers 1,000 square meters. And of the Enhance, going to go 200 mil per 100 square meters, so a litre of this out on the green. Let's chuck it out. Here we go, moment of truth. So make sure when you put this out, at least leave a couple of hours before you get any rain or water the area, because you're going to let it dry on the leaf. Haven't got any rain coming here until tonight, which is good. Make sure it's not too windy as well. If you are going up against concrete paths, get a big chunk of cardboard, and if you're using a backpack sprayer, hold that up against the edge and make sure you just spray with that, hold up against the concrete so it can't drift onto the concrete and leave stains all over the place. That's how I did it in town and it worked well. So it has definitely made a difference. Now this is the reason you need to do it whilst your lawn is still got colour in it, because it's subtle. It's not super intense. As you can see behind me, it's enough just to sort of hide a few of the imperfections and just even out the colour and make it look more of a dark green basically. The Enhance would actually help boost that colour a little bit over the next 24 hours as well. So I'll do a little update shot of tomorrow. But man, it really has made a difference. And that's at the lower rate, 10 mil per 100 square meters. We could bump it up to 15 mil per 100 square meters if we wanted to. Just realize that if you overlap, it's really going to show up. Which you could add some more water to help with that and then go over a few more times just to make it a little bit easier. I went over that twice and that was with 5 litres of water per 100 square meters. Actually ran out towards the end so I had to top it up, so should have actually put a little bit more water in there as well. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. A little bit of a mark from where the wheel tracks are. They should hopefully disappear in the next day or two once we get some rain this afternoon, because it's only sort of dripped on there. I might be wrong, it might stay there, which is probably why next time if that does happen and it stays there, I'll use a knapsack instead of the walk behind sprayer. But yeah, I thought it was going to look really blue. Because the green has so much colour in it, it looks fine. If I put on the Tip Tough, it would have definitely looked blue. I may do a follow-up spray in 2 weeks time if I want to get a little bit more colour out of it or fix up those little wheel marks. We'll see how they progress, I guess, really. But also, I've got my ebook on sale at the moment if you use the code UPDATE. Now, I've just added another chapter to it on diseases in turf, which is pretty good for this time of year. You need to be keeping an eye out for disease, prepping for things like spring dead spot as well, in the springtime, getting preventatives out. So I've got all those diseases listed in there, the most common turf diseases, with pictures, how to control them, what products to use, cultural practices as well, not just using fungicides, because I'd 100% go the way of cultural practices first if you can. There's also curatives in there and preventatives. I've talked all about it in the book, and I'm still going to be adding more chapters to my ebook over the next, who knows, next couple of years, to be honest. We'll keep adding more and more and more. The goal is to get it, honestly, as big as we can get this book, with tons and tons of information in there. And every update is also free. So lawn plans and ebooks on sale at the moment with the code UPDATE. Well, thanks guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I'll give you guys an update on the Kikuyu next week. Man, it's looking good. So much ryegrass to come up. It's in need of a fert. So we'll do a video on that, do a cut on it, do an update on it. Try and do something with the Tiff Tough. We'll see what happens. I made the silliest mistake of scalping it back way too low because I thought the mower was set to a different setting. But yeah, hopefully you learned something about pigments today and you realise they're not cheating. They actually really help retain some heat and also protect your lawn from frost in the winter time. Alright, thanks guys so much for watching. Appreciate yous, and I'll see you very soon.